I just want to say welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of the Sylacauga Aggies saga. Now, I must say, this has been very, very interesting. This, what we have witnessed, is history. History made forever. And at this very point in time, I want to say I am so very proud of the staff. I'm so very proud of the players. I'm so very proud of the parents. I'm so very proud of the whole school administration because, yes, I'm an Aggie alumni. Yes, that's right. That's right. And I just want to say I am so proud of our complete whole city and the county. When I tell you that game last night versus Wenonah was a jaw-dropping thriller. Oh my goodness. That game is one of the best games I have ever witnessed with these two eyes. Everything from the beginning to the end was nothing short of epic. So, with that being said, I just want to say the Aggies took the W by 1 point, and they will be facing Viger at 10:45 on Saturday for the state championship. That is big business, people. When I tell you that is big business, Coach Jones has made history his first year. His first year as the Sylacauga Aggies head basketball coach. I mean, that deserves a round of applause. I just couldn't be happier for Coach Jones, his strategies, his dedication, and his companionship to these young men throughout this whole complete basketball season. Coach Patterson, same for you. You guys have literally put it all in for these young men because you believe in them. And yes, they believe in you too. And us as the fans, aunties, uncles, cousins, we believe. We believe in Sylacauga Aggies. We believe. And last night, when the game had took a transition at 10 seconds to go, they stole the ball, scored, and got an and one foul. Oh my goodness. They took the lead by 1 point. We still had 10.8 seconds to play. That's why I said, don't ever in your life give up until that buzzer goes off. And that applies for life as well. Don't you ever stop because you don't know what the ending results can be. I never lost hope in those young men. I have seen them do the impossible already. So when those guys came in and they handled that business the way they did, I was shocked. I was shocked, even though I know what they can do. I know what they're capable of. That was a tight spot that those guys were in last night. And of course, I'm sitting over there with the Wenonah Dragons. And they were cheering so hard. Yes, my mouth was wide open when I seen what had happened, but I did not lose hope. Not for 1 minute. I said, "Hold on, we still got a lot of basketball to play. Wait a minute, just wait a minute, wait a minute." And lo and behold, CJ Franklin took that ball, executed up the court, and boom, there was a foul call. Everybody was shooting free throws at this point. Everybody was shooting free throws at this point. CJ, he knocked down 2 free throws that was so important. Oh my goodness, they was the most important free throws of the night, and he knocked down both of them. And I could tell when I was watching the game again that he had full confidence in what he had to do for his team. And he knocked them down with ease. And oh my God, I was ecstatic. I was ecstatic. And next thing you know, they got the ball up the court and the game was over with. They took a shot, but they missed. Corbin, he saved it. And by this time, it's over with. It's over with. It is over with. Shout out to Simone Williams. And it's not easy being in that predicament. You better know what to say. Oh my God. Like, one thing about these young men, they don't fold under pressure. Mistakes may be made, but there's a difference between folding and making a mistake. Because if you make a mistake, you got a chance to right that mistake. But if you fold, it's already over with. You can never fold. That's something you can never do. And you are so correct. CJ Franklin is a leader on and off the court. And I am so proud of these young men. CJ came out in the first half. You know, he just was playing the game. He was playing the game. But we all know what CJ Franklin can do. And when I tell you, in that second half, when he came out, oh my goodness, he knocked down 2 dagger 3-pointers back to back. Now, see, looking at a young man like CJ, if you have a first half where you're used to just really doing everything that needs to be done for the team, because a lot of the times, him as the general, he's carrying a lot and he handles it well. But when CJ came out that first half, guess what? His team had his back. And that's what's so strong about that Aggie team. We have numerous players that can step up. We have numerous players that can have the game of their life at any given night. And it was just so very awesome to witness a game like that. I know a lot of people didn't understand at the beginning of the season. Shout out to Marjorie G. Brown. She says, "Congratulations, Aggies." A lot of the times people didn't understand why we was going so hard for these young men. It's always been in my heart and in my mind that these young men, they were going to be the group that was going to bring it on home for this Aggie program. We've been saying it since they were little. And lo and behold, look where we are now. And we could not be where we are right now if we were not under the leadership of Coach Joel Jones. Coach Joel Jones, he goes full throttle all the way in. He is what you would love to have as a coach. He has everything that you guys could possibly want in a coach. He inspires those boys. He makes sure they get the best work out of themselves. It's not for yourself just as an individual. It's for the team. This is all teamwork that these guys are doing every single night when they get on that floor. If you look at these guys play, they play as a team. Now, it's a lot of teams that do that, But the difference that I see in our young men is the behind the scenes work. I'm not saying no one else is not working hard. That's not what I'm saying, but I know what these young men are doing. I know what they're doing, and they are not cutting corners. We have Simone coming in saying, I'm so proud of all these guys and the coaching staff. They show heart, grit, compassion, and determination. You are absolutely correct. That's exactly what they show. It was unbelievable, Simone. Oh my goodness. But then on another note, they had my pressure up. Okay. They really did. They really did. The Aggies do it to me every time. And Linda Booker says, congratulations. Awesome. Which is also one of the owners of the Booker's restaurant where they hosted the Going to the Final Four party. And it was epic. It was so many people there because guess what? You got the whole city, the whole county behind you. Veronica Coleman says, so proud of the Sylacauga Aggies. Go Aggies. Absolutely. And then we have Sunshine Coleman saying his Cinderella season is one to be in awe of. I 100% agree. Well, guess what? We got to bring the other host right on in. You already know who he is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and shout yourself out. Let the people know who you are if they don't know already.
I apologize for being late, guys, but Jordan Moon, big senior from Sylacauga High School, represents Sylacauga basketball. Per my caption under my name, all glory to God for this season. All glory to God for putting us in this position. And all glory to God as we finish this season out on Saturday.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, Jordan. I mean, this has really been a season to just
remember.
To remember.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They have made history.
Made history because as I've just, it's been hard for me to fathom that there's only 2 basketball programs that's playing basketball still during this time of the season in 5A, and one of those teams sits at 701 North Broadway in Sylacauga, Alabama, which where you graduated from and which I will graduate from in a few months. All glory to God.
All glory to God. All glory to God. These young men, they are amazing to watch on that court. I just said they play as a team. And one thing about these guys, if one is down, we got the others there to pick them up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's something that Coach Jones harkens about. I don't know if any of you watched the video that was produced by our Aggie Sports Network. And when Coach Jones walked into the locker room, I opened the door and they gave him a hand clap. And that's something that he said, guys, you stuck together, stay together. That's something that he always harkens on. And that's something that has propelled us to the where we are right now. It's just staying together, the camaraderie of the team, which is amazing. So I'm very, 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 very excited for this championship game on Saturday.
Well, being that you spoke of the video, I have it in queue. So we're going to actually play it for everyone right now.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah! Hey, that's what happened. That's what happened when you play the game the right way. Yes, sir. When you do things the right way. When you love each other, it's hard to break a bond. And this bond tonight, we united and we did some incredible things that second half. CJ, I'm proud of you. Yes, sir. You could have whipped it, but you stepped up. And not only CJ, everybody in this locker room, Aiden, bro, stepped up. Big shots, big shot. Jordan, get your head up, guys. Yes, sir. We got a game on Saturday, and you got to come through Saturday. Yes, sir. I'm good, guys. I'm happy as I have ever been in my life. I'm proud as I've ever been in my life, guys. We came on a business trip, yes, sir, and we took care of business.
All right.
Man, oh man. You know, we like when I opened the door, I was a little bit apprehensive because I thought they was gonna throw some water, and Coach Jones was telling me to go first because he wanted me to get wet. That's why I kind of opened it and hid behind the door. But you know, the one thing about Coach Jones, man, he just brings the best out of kids, man. If you see when he talked about CJ and Aiden at halftime, he challenged those guys. He does it every single game. He called them out. He said, "You need to step up, lock down on defense, be a point guard, knock down some shots. Aiden Crow, act like a senior, be a senior, play like a senior in this basketball game." And he commended them because they came out in the second half. They took his tutelage, they took what he gave them, and they ran with it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So I see you in the video. Mind, you are sharp. You're a
Appreciate
sharp
that,
young man. Now you're looking real nice in that video. Everyone, the whole staff was looking nice. So in that very moment, what were you feeling when you just hearing these words? You're hearing this cheering. You see these guys, they are having a time in their life. They're so excited because they have really won one of the most important games ever to be
of their
played.
career. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
So many emotions was going through my mind, but one thought that came to me is you'll never, ever doubt Aggie pride. I don't know if the Dragons understood who they were playing last night, but you never ought to doubt Aggie pride, because one thing under the helm of Coach Jones and Coach Patterson and the entire staff, there is no quit in us. We have resiliency. We will fight back. We have endurance. And so when I was going into that locker room, I just was overwhelmed with the emotion of, hey, we pulled it off. We allowed all of the hard work and pain and struggle, whatever you may take it as, to propel us to be in the state championship game, because we were outside, you know, catching basketballs on the ground, diving on the ground in the grass. We were outside in the pouring sun of August and July, working on drills, man, you know, doing all of these things that are running stadiums, running the track as if we're a track team, man. We were doing so many things, man, to put us in this position to play for a state championship. And so I was just overwhelmed with the emotion that not only we're in this position, but Coach Jones, his first year as a basketball coach, 30-3, led his team into the state championship game. And so just the emotion of just, wow, man, wow.
Unbelievable. I can't imagine what you were feeling. I'm in the stands. I am literally out of my doggone mind just watching this game. I'm talking about I'm losing my voice. I'm cheering. I don't know if they hear my cheers, but in my mind, they hear everything that I'm saying. So I'm cheering. And these guys, they did exactly what I knew they could do from day one. Now we have a comment. Let me go ahead and read this. It says by Brandon Matson. It says, these guys are playing great basketball right now. When I see these guys doing the 3-man weave at the beginning of the year, I knew it was going to be a good season. Coach Jones has brought back the hard-nosed basic and has conditioned these guys very well. 30-3, what a season. Congratulations to Coach Jones and the Aggie Nation. Continue the pursuing, guys. You're going down as one of the best teams ever to come through Sylacauga. Amen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we also have Tip Brown and Marjorie G. Brown, and Madison is watching. That's right.
One time.
That's right. We appreciate that. Mr. Madison, you are absolutely correct. This will go down in history as one of the best teams. These guys have really pulled together and just made it happen. Just made it happen.
Because you and I, being a part of the program, we're just giving them as much media coverage and media time as we can. You know, you and kinfolk, y'all always make sure that we're fed after the game, make sure that we're taken care of. Me doing what I do behind the scenes, man. The fact that we're a part of a program, man, that is 30-3, the best record in 5A basketball, one of the best records in the best records in state basketball, regardless of classification. The fact that we have an opportunity to bring home a blue map, to have a picture on the wall, and to be a part of something like that is completely unreal. That's one of Coach Jones's favorite words. It's just completely it really has not dawned on me yet that on Saturday we will be playing for a state championship, something people wish they could do. And so, Mr. Matson, you're completely correct with your sentiments, man. You know, this has been a season that I'll never forget. I'll be somewhere hopefully doing something well And I'll always remember the basketball season I had my senior year. And I'll always look at that picture on the wall that has our team on it with our state championship trophy, because we're going to put it in the atmosphere. And I always remember, man, that was one heck of a ride.
And when I tell you, I just can't stop smiling. I did not go to bed until like 2:30 a.m. First of all, when I got home, I was still celebrating. I was just so happy. I was so full of joy. I could not go to sleep. I watched the game.
Me too.
I watched the ending so many times because I felt so good just hearing and seeing those guys just cheering each other on as a team and going out there in the middle of the floor, knowing that all their hard work has paid off.
You know,
Yes.
although we want to make sure that we get out on good starts and make sure that we try to punch them early, but the fact that that game ended the way that it did just added to the excitement, man, because it was like we came back and we really did it, man. But hopefully, of course, we can come out guns blazing and put them away early on Saturday. But the fact that you had those Wenonah fans kind of happy, kind of excited, as if they had won the game, you know what I mean? Just that extra, to the game added to the excitement at the end for sure.
I really wonder in my mind how many people just had gave up at the end. I never did. I'm telling you, I kept saying, hold on. We have a lot more basketball to play. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Lo and behold, it happened. And before you came on the live stream, I was just giving props to CJ Franklin. CJ Franklin, I'm sure he did not have the first half that he would love to have, because we know what CJ can do. But one thing about it, like I said, he got teammates that were able to pick him up. Mind you, we were losing by 10 points at the half. So it's a natural feeling to be a little defeated, but I just don't feel like our guys feel that way. When they went into that locker room at halftime, I already know Coach Jones had something to say.
Absolutely.
I know he did.
I make an effort, like I said on the show before, cuz, to make sure that I'm in the locker room to hear everything that he says. I know it's going to be a sight to see. It's going to be inspiring. It's going to be motivating, but he may make you laugh a little bit because Coach Jones don't hold his tongue, whatever thought he had, right? But speaking of CJ, cuz, that first shot beyond the arc coming out of the locker room opened it up for us to win that basketball game.
Absolutely.
Key plays, key strength throughout the first half to keep it in striking distance. They may go up 11, we get it down to 8. They may go up, 8, we get it down to 6, and eventually the spread was 10 at halftime. Key plays during the first half to keep it in striking distance. CJ comes down the court, bang a three on the wing. Aiden finally gets his rhythm with his shot. Those plays by those individuals, Corbin Patterson clutch shots, CJ Franklin clutch free throws at the end. Those moments from those individuals that I told you that were challenged in the locker room, the people that came through for us at the end, Coach Jones had to call them out and speak to them individually.
Okay.
It's always amazing how it works, man. It's always amazing how it plays out. You know what I mean? Corbin Patterson, being a starter throughout the season, but didn't start this game for whatever reason, right? But he came off the bench and knocked down clutch shots. It's amazing, man. When Josh had got his knee injury, it put Corbin in the starting lineup. But then when Josh got back full force, he's got his position back because he technically didn't lose it by doing anything wrong, right? But
absolutely.
Exactly, you know what I mean? Coming back, from that injury. Coming back from being starting off the bench and just doing what he did, knocking down those shots, man. It's just an amazing sight to see, man. Aggie pride, baby. Aggie pride.
Aggie pride. And I got a few photos I'm going to share, but before I share those photos, let me say this. Brandon came back and said, this group of guys are so unselfish too. Amen. Check to that. They play together as a team. At any given time, any one of them can spark the team with a 3 or hit a game winner at the buzzer. I don't think I've seen a team play together as good as they do. Every one of them are superstars. Woo, you said something. Then that is so absolutely true. And the fact that these young men play together as a team, that's something that you just cannot teach.
Indeed.
All the time. Now you can tell people we are a team, but you know, a lot of times there's something that won't allow everything to mesh together. One thing about these young men, they put everything to the side. I mean, ego. I'm talking injuries. I'm talking about whatever is going on at home. These guys put that to the side and they come out there to play hard-nosed basketball.
Absolutely.
And we got another comment. Shout out to Felicia Leonard Franklin.
Of course.
This is the mother of CJ. She said, so proud of them. Big Five. Hashtag Big Five.
Indeed. Man, one time for Miss Franklin, one time for, excuse me, because I may get to the comment. Just one time for all the family and all of the parents, man, that surround us, man. They've always made sure that we had, like, you know, little bags of just, you know, affirmations and little snacks and stuff before the game. And me, including myself, being a part of the management staff, they've always just made sure that we were well taken care of. And I just want to extend that arm of appreciation.
Absolutely. From Chris Douglas Fletcher, he says Aggie pride, and Latrice Frazier says they played together and humble. Yes, one of the key words, together and humble. I mean, I could go on and on about those two words, but those young men, they are definitely both of those words. So I pulled up these pictures, and I want to also give a shout out to Heather G, who do a good job getting the photos of the guys. And I always ask her, can I use your photos? And she always say yes. So I just want to share a few of these photos. And being that you were down here where these guys at in these little moments, I want you to tell me, what are your thoughts when you see these photos that I'm sharing?
So this picture right here was during warm up, and I could just feel the energy and the intensity on the court. And of course, Coach Patterson, shout out to him, does a phenomenal job doing the warm ups of getting everybody energized and loose, giving verbal affirmations, making sure that people are physically in tune to what's going on. So that's what you see in this picture right here.
And shout out to Coach Patterson for dressing as a classic man with the red blazer. I love it.
Absolutely.
What about this picture here?
Them soldiers. Them soldiers getting ready to go to battle, man.
That's right. That's right.
We them boys.
We them boys.
Coach Patterson again. You can see it. You can see how his posture. You probably just got through, you know what I'm saying, directing traffic's probably saying something, giving some verbal affirmations right there. One time for Coach P.
Absolutely.
CJ, I'm assuming working on his free throws, which came in clutch at the end of the game.
Absolutely.
Another photo of them soldiers getting ready, man.
Absolutely.
And hold up, cause you could just doing this, both of those pictures are pretty much the same. I just want to say that when the guys were still watching the end of that Ramsey and Marbury game, and they were just looking out into the crowd, they noticed the red sea, man. And shout out to Coach Patterson's wife, who suggested that we wear red. And red is one of those colors that stand out. And just the fact when we looked all across Legacy Arena, man, and saw all that Sylacauga red, man. And when we came out the tunnel, people were cheering for us, man. What a sight, what a feeling, what an energy, what a moment to be a part of, man. I just want to speak on that.
Absolutely.
Oh, Aiden.
And then you see Coach Jones back there in the background.
Sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack. It's about to go down.
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Mm-hmm.
It's about to go down. Doing play introductions. Me and Mike over here. You see me and Mike right over there at the scores table.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let me go back there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And shout out to the cheerleaders.
Oh yes, shout out to them as well. It's ain't gonna lie, it's no easy task trying to go in a cheer brawl with people like Wenonah or Selma, and they held their own. And you know, Wenonah band was over there. They was over there jamming now. You know,
they were. Hey, we got
Blaine.
Yes, right. Blaine takes some good photos as well. Shout out.
He does. Oh, Elo, Cuzzo.
That's right. Getting ready. They getting ready.
Absolutely.
They getting ready.
Hold up. Beat him, boy. Oh, Josh, you see his mouth open, energized, ready. You know what I mean? Having that energy doing pregame warm ups.
And look at the very bottom to the left a little bit. You see yourself. What I'm getting from this picture, you're checking out, trying to figure out, okay, if these guys look like they about ready, they ready.
Absolutely. This whole time, I was standing over there like I'm finna get ready to put on a jersey, man. I was over there rocking back and forth, you know what I mean? Just, anxious, ready to get this thing popping.
Right. Aiden played. He played. That's all I can say. He played.
Yeah, got on that rim. Oh, Josh, man. I love that kid, man.
Me too. Something about Josh. Josh, he just get out there and he work hard. He makes it happen. Don't ever in your life underestimate him on the block. And I've said it before. Please don't ever do that.
Baby Shaq, old KT getting up.
That's right. Because we got some jumpers now. We do.
Oh, Tristan under the basket with good footwork and things.
That's right.
Beautiful ladies, man. Oh, Brooklyn and Addison. Beautiful ladies.
That's right. I'm talking about everything. Look, everyone is fired up. You can just look at the pictures and tell that everybody is ready for the showdown.
Yep.
And that's the last one that from that pile right there. So all in all, there were so many things, so many factors that went along in this game.
Absolutely.
And as I was reading one of the articles, and this actually comes from AL.com. And the first thing they say, matter of fact, I'm fixing to share it to the page so you can see it as well.
Of course.
But the way that they came out with this article, the first thing they said, let me know that everyone took notice to exactly what we saw.
Absolutely, cuz.
So as you can see right here, it says, Silicaga's CJ Franklin watched as his team's title hope seemingly vanished in a matter of seconds. Okay, now let's go to the next one. A steal and quick layup, plus the ensuing foul saw a late lead evaporate, but Franklin did not blink as he charged into the gauntlet and came away with a pair of free throws to reclaim the advantage. I had been struggling on my free throws a little bit throughout the season, Franklin said. I knew playoff time, I had to lock in and focus on my free throws.
Indeed.
Franklin converted the freebies and Corbin Patterson rebounded the final shot attempt as the Aggies survived a fourth quarter slugfest to escape with a 69-68 victory over number 5 Wenonah in Wednesday's Class 5A state semifinal at the BJCC Legacy Arena in Birmingham. This game was just unbelievable.
Slugfest indeed.
I'm gonna just read a little bit more, and then you can catch this. I put the link in the comments, so people, if you want to read it, you can go. But it says right here, we've been in these types of ball games all year long, Silicaga's coach Joel Jones said. We persevered through them all for the most part. These young men have laid the foundation, exceeded every expectation in everything I've put before them. They've passed every test. That's what I had to say. When I read that, I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everybody has taken note. And Coach Jones said exactly what I knew.
Absolutely.
He tests these guys. He don't give them an easy ride. He put them in the positions and he want to see, can you handle these positions and can you go above and beyond this one position?
I feel like Coach Jones has mastered, in my opinion, to a science, the coach and player relationship and how that dynamic should, be. Because like I said, man, Coach Jones has the ability to bring the best out of people. His intensity, the way that he attacks the game of basketball, demands people around him to attack the game of basketball the way that he does. And if you do it, you'll be playing for a 5A state championship on March 1st. You, Coach, some of you may not know, when Coach Jones was the JV coach, he had the most JV wins in Sylacauga High School history. Be a part of a state championship team in 2018, and the head coach, Coach Copeland, said it himself. It would have never happened without Coach Jones. So you know what I mean. If you be around a man that attacks the game of basketball like he does, you'll put yourself in a good position, wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. And we got Vale coming in saying, "Beat and Jordan, what's good?"
What it
Shout
is.
out to Vale. Look, he's one of our loyal supporters of the Aggies.
Absolutely.
You will catch him at a game. Look, you won't see him in the front because he chills
Absolutely.
out of the way. But he is right there checking out every single thing, and he knows exactly what's going on.
Indeed, cuz indeed.
So let me ask you a question. Have you heard anything about Viger?
Well, we watched him play cuz we got to the arena way before our game. In an effort to watch Viger play. And just to give you my breakdown of Viger, they have two kids that had really good nights against the Gunnersville. I don't know, you know what I mean? You always have to keep into equation that perhaps the way that they play against one team may not be the way that they play against you because of just intensity, quickness on defense or whatever. But the two kids, number 1 and number 13, had a very good game against the Gunnersville. They don't outsize us. They don't have any like kids that are, you know, the half of their lineup ain't 6'5" and above, right? But they're quick. They like to get the ball out in transition. They don't press as much as like a Wenonah or we do, but they like to get the ball out quickly. They like to run. They like to get it out. They have some dynamic guards, like I said. They play pretty good defense. They play the gaps really, really well. They like Wenonah does. They try to get a lot of breakaway layups, a lot of steals, and they feed off that kind of energy as well. And that number 1 and 13 kid, as I was talking about, they shoot the ball really. Those two individuals shoot the ball really, really well. And so Viger will be definitely a tough task. I think that if the Aggies can play lockdown defense, which is mandatory for Coach Jones' style of basketball, if we knock down shots the entire game, and we rebound the ball well, I feel like we'll have to tell Marcus, hey, let's get this key. Let's open this trophy case. Let's move 2018 slightly to the left, and let's put 2025's blue map in the center. If we take care of those things, I think we can win. But just to sum it all up, Viger is a very fast team, like to get the ball out in transition. They don't have as much size, but they have the quickness to show forward. And Gunnersville started out playing Viger in a zone. If you understand basketball, usually when you're not as quick as a team, they want to sit back in a zone and make you shoot the three, and they knock down those shots early just to give you a reference of how quick they are. But we're quick as well, so I think it'll be a good matchup.
Absolutely. So I caught a portion of the game, and I will be going back watching the full game, but I caught a portion of it, and I actually watched it on the network. And what I took from Viger is that they are going to play tough ball. They're going to go after the ball just the same as we do. But in my very strong opinion, the guys that they played, they had them shook from the beginning.
I agree.
And I actually went and watched some of those games that those guys, what's the name of the team that they played?
Gunnersville.
I went and watched some of Gunnersville, and they are a much better team than they played that game. The one guy who handles the ball, he usually has 15 points, but from what I saw, because I didn't finish the game, he couldn't get going. He just couldn't. They were doing a lot of passing around. They was waiting for somebody to take the torch and take the ball straight to the hoop or shoot a shot. And those guys were on them like white on rice. Viger were on them. They were on them. You can tell that they came ready to play. Now, and again, it's good that we get to see insight of the different teams that we play. I'm sure they watching us the same as we watch them.
Of course.
But like I said, I know what happens in front of everybody. Everybody see what they can do, but what they don't know is what we do behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm impressed with.
Absolutely. One thing about watching film, you're going to see how a team is, but you have to understand who you are as well, and trying to figure out how you and them match up, right? And so I feel as if Silicaga plays basketball the way that we should, we'll get the win. And shout out to Vale. I see your comment, man. I appreciate you. It's just such a privilege to share this platform with Cuz, man. Able to express my opinion. I love basketball and I love Aggie pride. But I just think, Cuz, is that we just have to match the level of intensity, be resilient, and hopefully try to knock them out early and continue to knock them out throughout the entire game, man. And I just want to see Silicaga fans going crazy. I'll probably break down crying. No telling what I do, man. I just want to, you know what I mean? I just want to I want to be able to have victory at the end of this for sure.
Absolutely. And I had so many emotions going through me, even when I watched the game after the game.
Indeed.
When it got to the end, it was just so intense, still like I was in that very moment, because that's exactly what it was from the beginning to the end.
Indeed.
That 10-point deficit never made me afraid. And those guys, listen, they're going to come out. They're not going to give up.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like, and I know that I'll hearken on this, whatever kind of voice I have, I'll hearken that this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Me and my classmates and peers have to understand how major a state championship is. Those pictures that are in the wall that we look at every single day of state championships in the past, those pictures have probably been on the wall since 1998 when we won. Those pictures have probably been on the wall for an umpteenth amount of years. We have an opportunity to put our picture on the wall forever. Kids, my children, my children's children, if they, coincidentally go to Silicaga High School, they'll be able to see their family, their people, their relatives on the wall representing a state championship. This is an opportunity a lot of people do not have. And so I think that we will seize this opportunity indeed. And this opportunity has been made by God and that man that you just brought onto the screen, man. Coach Jones deserved this, man. The community is rooting for him to have this, man, because there's no doubt in my mind that he's the best for the job. But this will show him indeed. This will show them indeed.
Absolutely. He's just really proven what everybody has rolled off their lips from the beginning of the season and even before he accepted the job.
Absolutely.
We knew and we know who Coach Jones is. It's not a mystery to none of us. We know that he is the man for the job. We know that he is going to dig into the mind frame of each and every one of these young men. And he's going to chew every single one of them out. And he will bench each and every one of them. Like Coach Jones coaches the game of basketball. And one thing that I know and I see every time I watch them play, he has made sure that each individual know exactly what their role is on the team.
Yeah, he does not leave any room for any kind of delusion, just to be quite frank. You know what I mean?
Come on with it.
I'm just being, he will always, what the old folks like to say, call a spade a spade. And that's something, man, I feel like that's something perhaps that coaches have shied away from, of trying to be too much of a diplomatic person. Now, of course, we want to keep peace, but you cannot have kids thinking they're LeBron James, but they're really, whoever, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? Coach Jones will not Coach Jones will not allow that to happen, man. I'm not gonna call the kid out that he said it today, but we were in the library watching film, and some kid had said something about. Now, as a matter of fact, we were watching another team play, and one of the kids on their team made a good move, and one of the players on the team said, "Coach Jones, that's gonna be me next year." And he said, "Nah, such and such, just work on your game, man. Just work on your game." He didn't allow that to. I want to say his name so bad, but I'm not gonna do him bad. Oh man.
Listen, I love what you said about he does not leave room for delusion
at all. Good.
And guess what? Everybody need a Coach Jones in their life.
Period.
I'm telling you, because there's no need to be delusional, delulu about anything in your life. And when you have a person that will give it to you straight with no chaser, then you are blessed. You don't realize how blessed you are.
Absolutely. That's something that that us young people have started to learn as we've gotten older. I've been blessed to, like, if you know anything about my granny and my pops, they not finna blow no kind of smoke at all. You know what I mean? I kind of got that stuff kind of early, but
yeah.
Yeah. But Cause man, Coach Jones is not fixing to like he flat out told the guys, especially during that Sweet 16 loss, guys, I don't give a darn if we won 28 games or not. Our season can be over.
That's right.
He didn't allow any room for us to be delusional to think that, you know what I mean? Oh man, these are wonderful pictures, man. Look at my classmate, man. Know what I mean? And so Coach Jones is a wonderful person, man. He brings out the best in kids indeed.
I love when he told Jordan, pick your head up.
Yes.
We got another game to play. This is not the end. This is not the end. One thing, and this is what the Aggies do. I love it. Like I said, if one is down, you got how many more to pick that one up? And guess what? Come on, we still a team. We still a team. We still a team.
And I completely understand and agree wholeheartedly what Coach Jones and what you just said, but I just want to just do a slight notion of appreciation for the emotion that Jordan had, because he did foul out the game and he did not have the performance that he usually does have, and him being the kid that he is, that left him disappointed. And so I feel like any athlete and anyone that has respect for the game of basketball can appreciate his emotion during that particular time. But Coach Jones was completely accurate when he said he has to pick his game up and understand that on Saturday we need him, and we wouldn't have got to where we are today without him. So man, I love my classmate so much, man. I have so much love for him, man, and I appreciate all that he does for this basketball program.
Absolutely. And Jordan, if you're listening, if you hear this later, we were never disappointed in you. Absolutely. Okay? Because you have performed, you have outperformed yourself this whole season. And we appreciate all that you do. So, like Coach Jones said, pick your head up and we will see you Saturday.
Man, the amount of just appreciation and respect that I have for this man's work ethic and this man's drive, and the fact that he's my classmate, man. He and I have the same name, man. So I tell him, well, you know how we rock. You know I love you, man. And you know, his influence, his impact on this basketball program is one of the reasons that we will play for a state championship and win on Saturday.
Absolutely. Check this out. Oh, I love this picture.
Wow, man. Wow.
Oh my God. Look at this picture.
What a feeling.
I mean, it's giving me emotion just looking at it, because I'm so happy. You can see how excited these guys are, and they have every right to be excited because they handle business. Yes, they did. They deserve those smiles.
Like Aiden Crow, my classmate, another one of our seniors, I've never really seen it. He's just been a very a lackadaisical, pretty calm kid. But I've seen this kid be so excited at times during this season, man. I'm like, Aiden, I ain't never seen you this excited, man. But this season has brought this level of emotion and appreciation out of these kids, man. Absolutely, man. This is a wonderful, wonderful picture, man.
And I want to give a shout out to Tip. She says, now everyone can understand when I love that cooler around. I love my crew. Absolutely. I'm talking about the cooler is coming out. If they were allowed it up there, we had the cooler up there.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We got to make sure that our guys don't get thirsty.
Exactly.
And let me just say this before I go on to the next slide. When I was watching the game on the network, I was so ecstatic because these young men looked like they was in the NBA.
Oh yeah,
that camera work, is A1 top notch.
Absolutely. That's one thing that I want to say about, not to cut you off, cuz
go ahead.
About I respected the high school athletic associations, because like this entire just basketball Final Four production is so premier. Cuz like on last Saturday, they had a coaches meeting, and I was privileged to be able to go just to make sure that I took notes and stuff, make sure that I handled my stuff logistically with Coach Jones. Man, we walked into that place, man, the beautiful Sheraton Hotel, man. It was like we was eating fine dining, man. They had a wine glass, well, not a wine glass, but like you know how you have like the elegant and official like setup for dinner. You don't have like the actual cloth towel that's not a paper towel. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like all of the people that were in there that were making and serving the food, they all had on like black slacks, white button down. Just the attention to elegance and professionalism for this basketball tournament is wonderful and amazing, man. And I just want to shout out to just the fact that we're part of this. Indeed, man. Look at Josh and Trey, man. Man.
I love it. I love it. Those guys, look, they deserve it. And look at Tristan. Look at Tristan.
Mhm.
And when I
About to
tell
turn
you, I'm
red.
so proud of Tristan. First
I
of
am.
all, I want to give a shout out to Tristan and CJ for being in the National Honor Society.
Yes.
And if you know, like I know, and just for those that don't know, that means that you got two very intelligent, smart young men on your
Absolutely.
hand that go in that classroom and make it happen.
Absolutely. Now, National Honor Society is something that, of course, you always notice us when we at graduation with like our little white beards. It's something that's very, very, very notable, man. And so, one time for Tristan and Josh for being excelling academically and athletically as well.
Absolutely. But when he comes in the game, I
Mhm.
mean, I've watched Tristan and Whetstone. Listen, he has upped his game every game. Like he is inching up. I seen one time he had came in from a timeout, not this particular game, but
Mhm.
Coach Jones was just telling, I'm so proud. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Exactly.
Because he got up under that goal and he did not shake, he did not tremble, and he worked himself into those points that he got. Like, listen, he coming through the door. They better pay attention.
Absolutely. Another man, ecstasy, baby. Aggie ecstasy.
Yes, epic. Look how high CJ is off
Man, I'm
the
talking about he got off the ground,
ground.
man.
Oh wow.
He got off the ground, man.
Look at Chris. He pretty high up himself.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about these young men. This is what I'm talking about right here.
Indeed, cuz.
This is it. I just
Indeed.
want everybody to share in this love, in this happiness, as you see all these smiles and all these people. They know we did it, but it's still so unbelievable.
Absolutely, cuz. Man, I ain't stopped smiling this whole broadcast, man. This is
I know it. I
a
know
part
it.
of, man. It really is.
All
It
right,
really
now just look in the crowd.
the red, man.
The Red Sea. And the thing is, to be honest, in this picture, this is not a true depiction of how it really,
Oh, man,
really
we
was.
everywhere, man.
I'm talking about everywhere. Look at it. There we go. That's a better version of it right there.
And I felt kind of bad because it's like, of course, I'm very privileged and honored to be on the court, a part of the basketball program on the bench and at the scores table. But I wanted to be in the crowd, man. Like
I know it.
You know what I mean? I wanted to be everywhere at all times. And I saw some videos of Jeshua Holstall, shout out to him, a sophomore at Silicon High School, part of the JV basketball program. Man, he had that sign that said Aggies respect everybody, but we fear nobody. And when we won the game and they were walking outside in like the, in the causeway area of the arena and they were chanting, man, that's the kind of action I'm with, man. But I'm kind of glad I went out there because I probably would have chanted a little bit over, but when I talk loud, you know what I mean? But man, it's just a brilliant, man. It's just amazing, man. One time for all of my classmates and peers, man, they really have bought into this basketball program on the fan side of things for sure.
And me and my crew, we were over there, like I said,
yes.
we were sitting on the side with Wenonah, Lord, not really knowing that we went over there and got right by them. But it was all good. It was all good. But we were cheer. Look at that picture. Just look at it. Just look at it.
Aggie pride, baby.
Yes, Aggie pride. We were cheering so hard. Like when we had went up those 4 points, oh my God, we was getting it in so hard. And when I went back and watched the game, I realized that we were on the camera.
Y'all sure was, cuz.
Yep. We were on there. We were dancing. And hey, look.
Everybody saw it in the film study, man. We shouted y'all out for sure.
I know that was wild. I didn't even know if we was on there because I was so into the moment, like for real.
Indeed, cuz. Indeed.
That's it. There's the sign. You see it?
Aggies respect all and fear none, baby.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, that is nice. That is nice. That is nice. I'm talking about it was so many people there from different parts of Talladega County. I'm talking about we even had shout out to my cousin Kenny from Gaston that came to watch the game.
Wow.
Yes, he did. So we've been telling him about the Aggies, and he was like, okay, that's what's up. I seen him on the news. He said we fixing to see tonight. Cuz Kenny, listen, make sure you hit me up because we got to talk about this.
Indeed, cuz. Indeed, man. Indeed.
Yeah, it was going down. And I was also laughing when they kept zooming in on the bench and they were zooming in on Coach
Look at
Jones.
Eric, man.
I know that's how he was all that. Like when they were zooming in and he was over there on the bench, like I really, really got a good laugh at Eric O'Neal. It was so funny because there go the cheerleaders because the emotion was everywhere. And listen, those guys on the bench, they was cheering hard. You could tell at one point in time when they stole that ball and they got the and one, the guys looked like they had lost their favorite puppy.
I agree.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was actually laughing when I watched the video because I said, Lord, the guys, it's all the emotion is all over them. But you know, you
Indeed.
can't fake that. That's exactly how they truly feel about the game of basketball and Sylacauga Aggie basketball.
Absolutely. You know what, cuz the cheerleaders, man, you guys, the whole fam, Caitlin, Kaya, Miss Coco, like and the entire fam, the entire crew, man, has just been we've just really just gotten tight, man, this entire
Yes.
season, man. It's
Yes.
something I'm gonna miss this time next month.
I know it, and I know I'm gonna miss you, Joy. I'm gonna miss you. Like you said, we have gotten extremely tight. This year, this basketball year has brought us together like none other, and it has actually brought a lot of people together.
It really has, cuz it really, really has, man.
We just happy. We happy. I'm talking about people from Alex City, people from Childersburg, Talladega, and many, many, many places. Don't forget about Sycamore. I'm
Really?
talking about a lot of people was at that game. People were at the game that you had never seen before, and that speaks volumes. They came to watch these young men make history, and they did that last night.
Wow. Cuz, man, like I told Coach Jones, like I've told you on this broadcast, what a time to be alive. Man, you know how jealous I'd be if I was at A&M this year and I see y'all there having this much fun, man.
You know what
Man.
to say. You know what to say. Everything has just been awesome. It just has been a breeze. And I also want to give a shout out to the other coaches that's been on the bench with Coach Jones and Coach Patterson. I love to see it coming together to support the Aggies. Everyone is doing it. And if you can, make sure you come out to this game on Saturday. We need every person in attendance. Every single person. And I'm so glad we went head on and played and won that game so the guys can get a feel of that court. Because from firsthand experience, high school gym versus this professional type college gym, it's just not the same.
Different. It's different.
It seems so much bigger, but all in all, when you catch yourself into it and you grasp everything, yes, it starts to feel very familiar.
Absolutely, cuz. Two things, man. One thing that's special about what you said, talking about the coaches that's been on the bench this basketball season, that's Coach Smith, the head girls coach, and Coach Drake. And the fact that we have such a good basketball pedigree at Sylacauga High School, such a good season. The girls coaches, once their season ended, they fought hard. They came together with the boys coaches and giving their insight and their motivation. That's something that I have not been around basketball for a short amount of time. You, of course, much longer. I haven't seen that too many times, man, to see like the girls coaches coming and joining with the boys. You know, that's just the family and the culture that we have at Sylacauga High School, man. It's just something that's a testament to this season. And the second thing I want to add, because I'm sure we'll touch on this much later in the broadcast, guys, on Saturday we are playing for a state championship, the highest level you can get when it comes to high school sports. It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
I'm telling you, man, it doesn't get any bigger than a state championship when it comes to high school athletics.
It does
If
not.
you can make it to the game, be there. I'm talking
Be
about me
there.
personally. If I had to work that day, I feel like a state championship game is something that can be vouched for. It ain't like we going to no bingo game. We trying to pray for a blue map. You know what I mean? So I just
Absolutely.
put that out there, indeed.
So winning the state championship is the highest praise of it all. That's what you do it for. You always want to set your mind on that from the beginning of the season. And that's why a lot of coaches will tell you, we are not practicing for this team. We're not practicing for that team. We are practicing to make it to the state championship. And I feel like that's exactly what we've been doing all year. At the beginning of the season, when we played the team from Montgomery, was it Carver?
Carver Montgomery.
And they beat us.
Mm-hmm.
They were a 6A school.
7A, I think.
7A. Okay, because I wanted to make sure. I thought it was a 7A. But they played very physical. They were much bigger. And, not to get into the refs, but we weren't getting the calls that we usually would get because they let them just play so physical. But I never, ever, ever felt like that game was in vain. I said it from the beginning. A L is not always a loss. It may be a lesson. And that's something I just feel like our guys need to experience to help them on down this road where we're at right now.
I agree, cuz. And you know what, man? And talking about state championships, that Carver team that we played in Pelham, that's from Montgomery, played in I think they were 6A last year. They moved up this year, played in the 6A championship game last year. And so that's just a testament to how important state championships are. And then too, when you hire, especially if you have like a premier athletic program at your high school, when you're trying to hire a coach, if you have somebody that has not won a state championship and somebody that has, this person that has won a state championship is probably going to get the job, because that kind of stuff matters, man. State championships are big deals, man. In our high school gym, man, we have an opportunity to put 2025 where it stays state championship. Of course, we'll put Final Four appearance, we'll put area champs, we'll put county champs, but to put state championship, man.
Oh man,
they don't just give them away. It's just so many thoughts that I have going through my brain right now. Coach Matt, shout out to him, that won a state championship when he was in Tuscaloosa. He told me, Jordan, they don't just give state championships. Well, you got to earn that, man.
Exactly.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Well, one thing that I see and I know and I feel is that this ball is in the best coach's hand it could ever be in.
Absolutely.
I 100% trust Coach Joel Jones. Okay. And I also 100% trust the young men and Coach Patterson to get the job done. Listen, I just want to sit back and watch the show.
Absolutely, cuz I have full trust, and I feel like this team in this season is just so destined to happen, man. If you understand basketball, you understand what true, because Coach Jones should have the job a long time ago. But once they finally gave it to him, man, in his first season as the head coach, winning a state championship, man, I want to be so petty when we win it. I want to tag superintendent this, superintendent that, and say, hey, you see this? But you know what I mean? But cuz, man, the opportunity of a lifetime, man. The opportunity of a lifetime.
Absolutely. And I've said it over. Hold up. We have a message from the GOAT himself.
Yes, sir.
Loving the broadcast. Very entertaining. Thank you, Coach Jones. Look, we cannot say it enough how much we appreciate you. We love what you're doing. We behind you 1,000%. Listen, if y'all played underneath the stadium, we would be there too.
Absolutely.
We would be there too.
And then 10 toes down on business.
Absolutely. And once again, look, I 100% trust exactly what Coach is going to do. Is going to be the best thing for the team. I mean, why wouldn't I trust him? He's done this before.
Absolutely.
And one thing about it, I feel like I can spot a good coach. And all you got to do is just sit back and watch Coach Jones. Coach Jones is exactly who he say he is.
Absolutely.
There's no mystery in the history.
verbatim what I was about to say, cuz, man, just a wonderful blessing, wonderful opportunity to have someone. People wish they had a Coach Jones, man. People wish they had somebody that has his kind of pedigree and kind of influence on the game of basketball. The one thing that he demands is respect. and that's respect for himself, respect for each other, respect for Aggie pride, and respect for the game of basketball. I remember very vividly. I've talked about this on the broadcast before when we were doing the summer months. We were doing play dates in Childersburg, and there was some kids on the court that was just fooling around, man. He said, hold on, guys, sub, go get him because he's not going to make a mockery of the game of basketball. He has that kind of ability to let you know, hey, you're not going to disrespect this wonderful and beautiful game. And as he talked about when we won the game and he came into the locker room, as we showed the video, that's what happens when you play the game the right way. You have to respect it. You have to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. And when you do that, you'll have success.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. You hit the nail on the head. One thing about anything that you do, if you love it, it will love you back.
That period.
And basketball, there's no shortcuts. Any real athlete, any successful coach, any successful trainer, they will tell you there are no shortcuts. You just got to do the work.
Absolutely, cuz. Absolutely.
And that's what happened last night. We did the work. Like us, I don't care how ugly it was, we did it.
And cuz talking about Coach Jones's what his affirmations and his criticism that he gives before the game, he said very, very, very plain and simple. You have to have a little bit of quote unquote ugliness about you, a little bit of grit about you. It's gonna be ugly sometimes. You gotta get you can't be all so pretty and flashy all the time. It's going to take some things that may not look as appealing in order to get to the finish line. And we didn't make all beautiful passes last night. We didn't run the most efficient and the most flawless, most beautiful basketball last night, but we came out with the win. And the team that's able to get down and dirty like that is a team that will have you in a position to win for sure.
Absolutely. And I just want to give a little stat sheet from some of the things that I was reading about the young men as far as who did what. And it says right here that Crow finished with 14 points, followed by Roberson with 11 points. Joshua Spear had 8 points and 8 rebounds. And Eric O'Neal and Patterson scored 6 points each and combined for 9 rebounds. And of course, we can't leave out the star of the game. Franklin, the junior guard, finished with a team high 16 points on a 5 of 9 shooting and added 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. What more can I say?
What more can you say? Because I can just shake my head in just appreciation and just love for those kids, man. They just took the challenge by Coach Jones prior and doing the halftime, and they responded, man, and that's what you ask of kids, man, for them just to respond, man. And man, we appreciate those kids so much, man. They always do exactly what Coach Jones asks them to do, man, and it has them a position to etch their names in history.
Exactly. And when I tell you, as I'm leaving the head out from the win, and even just walking through as I was going to my seat at the beginning and halftime, I saw so many different schools in our area that was at the game last night.
Absolutely, cuz. Absolutely.
So
now go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to everyone that traveled up that road, because we all know it's like an hour drive.
It is.
And it was late last night.
It was.
But I want to give a shout out to everybody that got in a vehicle and traveled up there to root the Aggies on and to watch exactly what the Aggies come to do. We appreciate everybody that was there.
Exactly. We do, cuz, and as I was about to say, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's gonna be even bigger and better on Saturday, baby. So Lakai is coming in the house. Okay. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. Shout out to James Marbury, says great job. That's right. We appreciate you for tuning in to the broadcast. But thing is, like, I really wonder who all really understood how much faith that we had in this team this year. A lot of people that I talked to today that don't really follow basketball, I don't know, they was like, oh wow, the Aggies, they are a good team. I didn't know that they were doing it like that. Well, Thing is, now you get to see it.
No, now you know.
Yeah. Yeah. FAFO.
Come on now, for sure, for sure.
That's right. But they just been performing all year. And I love sports anyway, but basketball is my favorite sport.
Absolutely.
So I know a lot of people don't follow basketball, but you have to understand, like Jordan said at the beginning, that this team right here will go down in history as one of the best teams that ever did it.
Absolutely, cuz man, it's something that I'll smile about, that I know that I'll remember for the rest of my days. Coach Jones said that he could see himself right now just be driving down the road and he'll just stop and just be like, "Dang, what the hell was I just a part of, man?" You know what I mean? Something just
Yeah.
so amazing, man. You know what I mean? Cuz so, man, I just thank God for just allowing us to be the position that we are. I pray that we can finish the deal, man, and just being a part of something that's just so amazing, man. Indeed.
Yes, and I want to just thank God for keeping our guys safe. I know we had a few little injuries, but nothing too serious that our guys were not able to come back from. And those guys, they fought through and they played through those injuries. And listen, we have this result now.
Absolutely, cuz we do indeed. We do indeed. I could just see ourselves now getting our rings and our black boxes, open them, see that big old Sulaga S State champions, man. Let's just put it in
Yes.
the atmosphere.
Let's put it in the atmosphere. Let's do it, because I'm telling you, I have all the faith in the world in our team and in the coaches, in the crowd, in the student section, in you too, cuz look, you be handling business behind the scenes. They don't even know what all you do.
Absolutely.
So look, we appreciate you for just being so professional and being the person that you are. I mean, these guys love to see you. Eric says we call him preacher.
For sure.
That's right. That's right.
I do it for now. Go ahead, cuz.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I just do it for Aggie Prime, man. I love you, cuz. I love Eric. I love the whole team. I love my fam. I love my school. I love Coach Jones, man. I'm just glad to be in a position to have just a little bit of talent and just the love that I have to be able to be of service, man. It's just something about, man, just this basketball team and this basketball program, man. I just want to be of as much service as I can, cuz indeed.
And you know what? I just want to say, I'm so happy that this is the senior year that you're having.
Yeah, man. Cuz like I just, not to go off too far from what we're talking about, I have had one of the best high school careers, man, that I ever can ask for. Cuz I've just had so much fun, man. The class of 2025, no disrespect to you graduate, I think
97.
No disrespect to 97. No
Yeah,
disrespect to my mom in 91. No disrespect to anybody, but not 2025, man. We come on now, you know.
Yeah, look, y'all going hard. I gotta give it to you now. I got to give it to y'all going hard. Y'all got so many things in that mix that all I can do is sit back and admire it and just be glad that this is my same alumni.
For sure.
I love it.
Absolutely, cuz. And just to end off like this, man, it's just, man, God is good, man. He's good.
God is good. And I just want to continue to say that young men, keep your faith. Look, it's so many people that's praying for them.
Absolutely.
And I'm not talking about PREY. I'm talking about PRAY, because one thing about it, we are protected. We have put the shield around them and we got our armor of God on. And one thing about it, we just going to go and do what we do best. It ain't no mystery in it. Just work hard.
Cuz you've been dropping little bars this whole time, man. I just peeked that. Hold on, wait a minute, cuz. Wait a minute. You just been dropping little bars this whole time.
Look, I get that from my grandmama, Orally Brown.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. So listen, is there anything else you want to hit on before we leave this broadcast?
State championship. I hope that if you don't understand how big a state championship is, just watch back and see what cousin I have said this broadcast. Do a little bit of research. We have a time to make history. We need the entire city of Sylacauga, the entire Talladega County. We'll represent Sylacauga, we represent Talladega County, we represent all of the things that we're a part of in the state championship at 10:45 on Saturday morning. Guys, we've done it 30 times this season. If we just do it one more time, baby.
And I love when the guys say win 4, win 3, win 2. Now it is win 1. Man.
And cuz you tell you what's so funny, man. Like teams across the state, that's just something that kids do, man. And some kids say, hey, we're gonna, win 6, #win 6, knowing just knowing that they ain't gonna win 6. But these guys are taking that junk serious. They really, really have, man. Win one more.
Win one more. Can you believe it? Just hold on. Just think about this real quick.
Woo, coach. Ooh, man.
We got a state championship to play for. But I tell you, I just got goosebumps. We got a state championship to play for.
Gosh, man.
Saturday.
I know Friday night I ain't gonna be able to sleep. I could imagine Josh and Jordan, them, they ain't gonna be Corbin and CJ, they ain't gonna be able to sleep, man. They ain't gonna be able to sleep, man.
And we got an early game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be up early. I got to already got all the sleep out my system, so I can be 100% ready.
For sure.
I'm gonna be there early. I think, is it one game before ours? I think it's only one.
I think it's probably one game before ours, or we might open up today. My phone died, but I think we might open up today, or it might be one more game before ours. But I know ours is at 10:45.
I think it's one more, and the reason why I said that, I heard one of the commentators say it.
I think the 5A girls play before.
Yes, that's it. So listen, I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be in attendance. So I got to go ahead. I got to capture this last moment.
Absolutely.
I got to capture it, so it can be time stamped.
Absolutely.
Through Brandy Brown Media. I've been enjoying just being in the crowd cheering, and I was getting a few clips here and there, but I really got to go ahead and stamp and approve this situation, because this is so very important. Listen, and then I also just want to say this real quick before we end this broadcast too, that I noticed that a lot of people were also saying that, if we had Coach Jones before, we could have been and made this happen. And some of the young men, I know, just by watching what's going on now, but I just want to say to you guys that we're going to do it for you. Absolutely. We're going to do it for you. One thing about it, we saw you guys, we was behind you guys every step of the way then and now. And all this is for us.
Cause, man, the reason I had that reaction, because I've said, I can't even tell you how many times I done said that, man. Ain't nowhere in the world you can tell me Rivers Barwell and Q Swain was a part of a basketball program and we didn't even at least make it to Birmingham. I'm talking about PJCC, not Bill Harris Arena, for
yes,
what I mean? You know what I mean? Come on, man. But God always does things the way that He does it for whatever reason that He does it for. But this championship win will be for the city, will be for the culture, will be for just the entire brand. Just you know what I mean? Everybody will be a part of this, man. And if you know what I mean, if you're a part of my, it gonna say a part of my age bracket, we're gonna have a bash in my crib on Saturday now. So y'all come out now, we're gonna have a good time now.
That's right. And to all of the coaches out there, the up and coming coaches that's looking at Coach Jones and want to emulate all that he is doing, please take note.
Absolutely.
Take note. When someone of his stature is creating a timeline and showing you all the things to do to where he has gotten, please take note. And I'm not just saying that. I'm saying this because I'm very serious about this. I have looked at Coach Jones. I have watched him. I have studied him. Even the way the guys play. And just by getting inside scoop from you, Jordan, because you were around during the half times, he know what he's doing. We appreciate him, because he could have just decided, hey, I'm just going to do something else. But baby, he's still here. He's still here. He stuck around, and he is putting his foot on the gas.
Man, cuz I about started crying right there when you said that, man. I know I'm gonna cry some tears on Saturday when we get that blue map, man. So, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited, man.
And also, I just want to give a shout out to his wife and his children. Everyone that's surrounding him, that's holding him up. We appreciate y'all, because we know look, Coach Jones come in ready.
For sure.
That means that he got people around him that is ready.
Absolutely, cuz. Absolutely.
And we love it. We love to see it. We appreciate it, because one thing about it, when you got a slacker in your corner, you're gonna slack.
Absolutely.
Because you're only strong as a group.
Cause
know?
man, you've been dropping gems all night, man. Come on, man.
Hey, it just is what it is. These are the true feels. And then that's what the good thing about it. On this platform, we can drop and say what we want to say.
Oh man, I need to write some of them down, man. Cause I'm gonna start using them. I'm gonna try when I start trying to talk a little slick. I'm gonna use one of them. Oh man.
Well, look, I love you, and I love what you are doing as well. I love what we are doing together. This is history in the making, Jordan. Look, this is history, what we're doing right now. And I appreciate you. Look, we didn't even know what we was doing. We just started doing it together. And honey, we have made magic. So many people have come to me complimenting you.
I appreciate that, cuz. I appreciate that.
They
and vice
have.
versa, man. Vice versa. People come to me all the time and say, hey, man, you got a cousin, man, that's so bad. You know what I mean? But you already know that, cuz. You already know.
Well, you know, I just do what I do. And this is a real true story. I asked God to show me what I needed to do with my skill set and the gifts that I've been given, because I'm all self-taught. And pointed me to the Aggies. Pointed me to the sports, so I can make sure that the children be seen, and they can get, you know, interviewed. So these are things that they can use for their future. It's tools. It's tools. So I do it for the generation. I do it for the generations that's coming up. And this is my sister, Coco from Sycamore. She said, hey, y'all, tell them sister and cuz. Listen, our crew goes so hard. Man. We go so hard when we in there cheering for them. So once again, we just want to say shout out to everything that's attached to the Aggies.
Yes, man. Just something to be excited about, man. Just something to be just so bad. One more, cuz. One more, baby. One more.
One more. And it's you know, I just run out of words. I'm just so happy. Like, I don't think I'll stop smiling the whole broadcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I just been so happy. My spirit has been so happy. It has been so filled up today. I went to Booker's this evening and got something to eat. When I went in there, the interview from after the game was playing on the TV.
Really, cuz? Really?
Yes, it was. And I said, oh my gosh, the Aggie spirit is still in here.
Man,
I loved it.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta appreciate it, man. It's something that's so wonderful. Here you go. I was looking for some, cuz. Man, we here, cuz. We here, baby. We here, baby. We here.
Yes, sir.
We here.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Not
sir.
too many teams got this towel this year, man.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So once again, make sure you all come out. Cuz, give them the scoop on where it's at, what time it starts, and what they need to do.
Got you. Sylacauga basketball versus Viger state championship 5A boys Saturday morning, March 1st, BJCC Legacy Arena, starting at 10:45 in the morning. Guys, you just have to understand, man. There's people that wish they were playing for a state championship, but Sylacauga basketball is. So if you have any ties to the community you're around, come out, support. Wear black. That's the theme for the game on Saturday, man. And let's just pray that we will have to tell Marcus, get his keys, open that trophy case, and put a blue map inside it. BJCC Legacy Arena, March 1st, 10:45. Let's get this win. One more, baby.
One more. Let's go. And on that note, we will see you guys Saturday.
Let's get it, baby. Aggie Pride.
Aggie Pride.